Salutations, welcome to the Miracle Mall podcast. This is Mario Feo speaking. Today, joining me have Chip the Plug.
What's going on, guys?
Say hello, hi.
How are you?
Alrighty, so we're going to be discussing a couple things. Most importantly, we're going to be discussing Chip's debut album. You have an album coming along the works, right?
Yeah. Well, it's out. It's a EP that I just put out.
Okay.
It's called Function Vision.
Function Vision. Alright,
Yeah,
valid. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how many songs is it? Does it have a length?
It's just three tracks on it. A little short and sweet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, how would you describe the genre for it, the sound, etc.?
It's kind of like a neo. I would say neo trap.
Okay,
you could
nice.
say.
Alright, valid.
But just kind of experimental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valid. Okay, and so let's talk about your music in general, because I met you at a show in Bayonne, I believe.
it was
You were
Bayonne, yeah.
working with a specific band. I forgot the name of it. It was some guy named Mikey.
Oh yeah, it was Color Story.
Color Story.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I
Color
went to
Story.
that, and I remember I met you mosh pitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you broke some dude's nose.
That was crazy.
You broke
was
some dude's
crazy.
nose.
That was an
Yeah.
accident, by the way. I don't condone violence.
All right, so explain to me your humble beginnings, how you started in music, how I got to see you out there, and then how you got here.
Cool. So, well, I was born and raised in Hoboken. I've always liked to sing and stuff. I was always artsy.
Okay.
I was always an artsy person, kind of like black sheep in the family,
Yeah, valid.
And I was always drawing and shit, and I had my one aunt that she was like another black sheep. It was just always us two, and she
Yeah.
always pushed me to do something new. And so we used to draw together and stuff, and eventually I've always liked to sing. I always, I'm a shower singer and
Valid,
all
yeah,
that.
I feel you.
But eventually a good friend of mine he needed a bassist, and he was like, yo, you want to try bass?
Yeah.
So I picked up the bass and taught me a few notes, and from there on I just
Yeah,
started
there's a
playing the
start,
bass.
okay.
I was cool.
Valid.
And then after that, some things don't work out. We broke up. Color Story was cool, but everybody went their separate ways.
Okay.
And now I'm in Back Pocket Alimony. And
Oh yeah, valid. I
yeah,
remember
and
that.
that's
with Jeff.
that's with Jeff, Marshall,
I don't know the
Lewis.
rest of the gang. I've
Yeah.
just said hi to them a couple times.
Yeah, man.
Valid, cool,
Yeah, no,
cool.
it's cool.
You guys
Yeah.
released a music video recently with
Yeah.
Jeremiah. Sweet
Yeah.
Snockley, yeah.
Yeah, I can never say his.
I learned it in the podcast I had with him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Time,
I still don't
was
even know how to say
For the
it.
longest time, I
But-
was like Sui
Yeah.
Knockanoo. He was like Sui Snockanoo.
But,
Word, I got you.
But yeah, that came out pretty good.
Okay.
We actually have some new stuff we'll announce
Go figure.
coming out. Yeah.
Alright, valid. Yeah, actually, you know
So-
what's funny? In a notepad for potential guests for the podcast, I actually have Back Pocket Alimony as one of the lists.
Word.
So that's funny. We'll do a double banger at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. So around so Color Story, that for you was like what, 2019?
2018.
2018?
I think 2018.
Because it was like
Maybe late 2018.
might have been 2019 actually, because
Early 2019 maybe.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Weird.
Like
Anyway.
after New, I think it was towards after New Year's.
Because
Yeah.
I think I was either graduating or I graduated college, and it had to be 2019. Well, regardless, yeah, I remember that. That's such a funny way to have
Yeah.
met you. I remember I went up to you and I was like, "Yo, I recognize you because of our mutual friend Lolly,"
Yeah.
and that was all I said to you. And then thereafter, I saw you perform, and then after I met you in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude's kind of crazy. I'm just, I love
Yeah.
mosh pitting, but in no way should perform am I a threat.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not an immovable force. I
Yeah.
just have momentum and wait
Same.
until the right opportune moment.
Same.
It was mad crazy because all I saw, I remember, is at one point you bashed some dude and dude just dipped, and I was like, what happened? And then later on, I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm in the bathroom just washing my hands and shit, taking a piss and whatnot. And I hear this guy just cursing in the bathroom in the sink, fuck, oh my god, I'm gonna get this guy, bro. I'm gonna get this guy. I was like, you good, bro? He was like, yeah, bro. Some dude fucking hit me in the mosh pit. fucking nose is all fucked up. I'm gonna find him. Yikes, I know that guy. I just met him today too.
Damn.
I like walked back to the fucking mosh. I'm like, I'm gonna mind my own business.
Yeah.
And then later on, I remember I heard him talking to you, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you know you fucked up my nose earlier." And you were like, "Yo, for real?" Like, "Yo, my fault, bro. Oh, it's all good, bro."
Yeah.
And I dapped it up. And I was like, I thought I was gonna end up way worse.
Yeah, dude. Because I had no idea. I remember that too.
I thought that was gonna end up so much worse than it did.
Not yet.
So,
it ended up being cool. You know, it happens in the fucking mosh, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
It happens, bro.
Shit. But yeah, no, that's my first memory of you.
That's awesome.
It was a mosh pit that you broke some dude's nose. And
That's
I was
funny.
Like, okay, cool. He broke a dude's nose. That was nice.
That's funny.
This is pretty rock and roll.
You could call me rock and roll, I guess.
Yeah,
I've officially earned the title.
Anyway, so let's go into talking about other endeavors that you're focusing on. I've heard through let's call it the professional grapevine that you and your friend Iman, right? Vidi, she goes by.
Yeah.
You guys are going as Flora Health
Flora
LLC,
Health,
right?
yes.
Hey, you want to elaborate? Give yourself a little soapbox here and there.
Yeah. We're actually starting a CBD company. Right now we're doing oils like tincture oils and edibles.
Okay.
And so we have a whole website with a menu coming out soon, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Starting business. How has that gone on for you? Knowing that it's never easy to start a business, and it's always,
especially during the climate.
The pandemic is very, very controversial time.
No, but it's been actually pretty good. COVID, I mean, I know for a lot of people it's been kind of hard, but it's been pretty good for me. I mean,
it's been a fucking pleasure.
It's been,
that's what I'll say.
I'm glad I'm alive. I'm glad my family's good.
Yeah, it's the important part.
But yeah, it's been a crazy year. The business has been. It's been a lot of changes in the short time that I've started doing this.
You've had to adapt to so many different manners. Depending on what your business is.
It's changed a bunch since we first started, but it's going pretty well now. Now we're on track and we're getting things going.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I look forward to seeing how far you can progress in your own ranking and that. So let's go back to music because I originally know you as a musician. In the few times that we've been able to hang out of like events or whatnot, like let's say for example those Pocono trips that I fucking love and whatnot, I've seen the luggage and the equipment you carry and the room that y'all have, and I as someone who has started like looking into like for example like audio equipment and stuff like that, and like just whatever equipment we need for Reach's faculties.
Yeah.
I recognize that it's always an investment of self and an investment within a team to get all those things, and it's not just something that like will always immediately pay off. If you can briefly like explain what is it that what are all the tools that you personally own to create what you create?
Oh, geez.
Or if you don't even personally own it, also like the things that you own with someone, like just what equipment goes into your daily. Because I remember when we pulled up to the fucking Poconos, you had like this huge orb thing that you put your face in. And shit, and I was like, what? Like,
that's well, we got a lot. Shouts out to my lady, Bid. We got a lot of studio stuff. But what's it called? Like, as far as like things that I use, we got Scarlett 18i8. Interface.
For the layman, please explain what that does. I know it's an audio interface.
Well, that pretty much you take the mic, you put the audio in the mic, it goes through the interface into the software that you got downloaded into your computer.
I'm really running off on right now.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, No, but it's kind of a bigger. It's got a lot more inputs.
That's good.
Interface.
That's very good.
What's it called? I also have a Shure SM51, which is I think that's what you guys.
Or something?
Yeah, that's something like this. It's live. It's a live mic.
Okay, valid.
But it's also used in a lot of recording and stuff, like vocal recording.
Okay. Cool.
That thing that's behind the mic.
What the fuck's that called? Educate me. I don't know.
Forgot. Shit. I think it's called. No, this is a.
This is like
the pop screen.
Like your piece.
Yeah, but that's for
Background noise?
No, yeah, for
Echo?
kind of like
Reverb.
reverb. Yeah.
Vocal reverb.
Yes.
Okay, I
yeah.
see.
Sorry, my
So like if you're
smoking
like
that joint.
yeah, so if you're like in a room with like a lot of echo.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I come from the trenches.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't hear as how big the room is.
Okay, cool.
Because your voice bounces everywhere and hard surfaces.
So.
That's why, and also in that room, we've got foam everywhere to kind of absorb the noise so that it's clearer on the mic.
I always love finding myself in the headquarters of a musician, because it's not like I'm always like, yo, I like what you do. Let me go look at your
store,
your studio or whatever space you created. It's always very like it just so happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time that it just so happens, I'm always so impressed by the little details of what it takes to create a space, because it's not in my ideation to be like, oh yeah, no, they definitely have to have the soundproof on the walls or a hanging microphone, and if you don't, you're not valid.
Everybody records different, dude.
Yeah. So I recently just visited my friend. I don't think you ever met him. His name was Steve Zoloff Zombie from the Basement shows. I know you went to like one of them or something like that.
Maybe I have to see his face or something.
He was a DJ. So if you weren't in the basement, you didn't.
Oh, gotcha.
Him, yeah. So he was like the guy that I worked the basement shows with every time. Like he's like my guy for the basement. While I was upstairs making sure nothing went blazing, got stolen, he was downstairs controlling that scene. So I recently visited him, and it was for a separate matter. And when I saw his like little studio location, I was floored, because literally I visited him like maybe like 2, 3, maybe not a little more, like 4 months ago or so, and it was like a shed.
Yeah, it starts like that. Yeah.
And shout out you, Steve Zoloff Zombie. You're great at what you do. But I remember it was always impressive for me to see like how something that starts off as like a very, very low budget shed can go off to something with like nice lighting, with like good acoustics, like the instruments that you can like utilize and all that all set up. Yeah. So I always like to pay attention to those things, even though I'm not like the most savvy at the equipment stuff.
Yeah. I'm not the most savvy. I'm not 100% professional,
Yeah, I feel you. I'm just trying to learn what it is I have to utilize. Like if I have to use this shit, I'm gonna learn about it.
No, yeah, it's a lifesaver, definitely.
It's ironic because I actually think that this interface, if it's not the same one, is very similar to the one that was in my basement show, because I remember once there was a point where the person who was working the basement was saying some shit like, yo, like I can't do this right now. Could you please help me move the what's it called? The switch to for the left level at
yeah.
And I was like, the what? The gain on the top, just the left, just the gain. Don't touch anything else. Just put the gain up. I look down. I'm like drunk as shit. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
All these knobs.
All these knobs,
buttons.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like fucking 36 knobs on this thing. I'm like, what the? I remember just being so stressed out. I started like moving it slightly. He's like, all right, thank you. I was like, I did it.
I got it.
I thought I fucked them shit up.
No, yeah.
It's so ironic to like look at the other side of that and be like, oh wow.
Yeah, before I got into any of the music shit, I was confused.
That's so low. Oh shit. Yeah, it's really funny. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about, because when I first met you, I feel like I didn't get a good grasp as to what you did. And again, I met you mosh pitting and doing the bass for a band. And then I believe Biddy had a birthday bash, the Biddy bash.
Yeah.
Thing, and you pulled up with a piano, and I was like, oh, he plays piano.
Yeah.
So just in case I don't have a proper grasp as to what it is you do, what other instruments do you play, if there's any? What is your total, like, what is your arsenal?
I mean, I play piano kind of just like, in 8th grade, I took piano lessons.
You got some,
so I have some,
matter,
I usually just feel, exactly.
Yeah.
I just kind of feel it. That's another thing that we use in the studio is a keyboard. MIDI keyboard is a lifesaver as well.
Valid.
I just kind of just always like to play piano.
Okay.
And then, like I said, my one of my friends was like, "I need a bassist. Here's a bass." And so I kind of just like learned like that. And now I'm learning guitar. I'm kind of like trying to learn some stuff to make more beats. Make my own beats with guitar, and
Personally, I've never really dove in like deeply into instrument playing. My reasoning is that I'm very like instrumentally deficit. Like for some reason, whenever I picked anything up, I'm like, damn, I suck. I know it's all practice and all that. But I remember the first time that I realized that it was going to be a very difficult mission for me was this one time where my boy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar, bro. I can teach you, bro. I got you." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Good." So I pick up the guitar, and I pick up the guitar, and I pick it up like a lefty. He goes, "Why are you picking it up like that?" I'm like, "I'm a lefty." He goes, "Never mind, bro. I can't help you.
Yeah, you gotta get a left-handed.
You
Yeah,
gotta teach it backwards. You gotta
it's
teach
crazy.
the whole string." So I was like, "I'm not learning this shit.
That's
I can't do
different.
this."
That's different.
So yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah. From the get,
I've always been lucky enough to like. Well, I mean, guess I wouldn't say lucky, but it's weird because I write with my left hand,
okay. So
but I do everything else with my right. Like I'm a righty.
similar. I'm similar
Yeah.
actually. I just can't. I just my go-to usually is left,
Yeah,
but strength wise, I'm right.
yeah, I can write with my right a little,
Okay.
but like I'm sure like
No,
everybody can, you know.
No, valid.
But
Anyway, so you say that you're from Hoboken, right?
Mhm.
You were
yeah,
born there,
born and raised in
and
Hoboken.
you said you were in and out in some different perspectives, but for
Yeah.
the most part, you centralized
For the most part,
origin
yeah.
in Hoboken. Word, okay.
I always came back.
Okay, valid. So
Yeah.
here at the Miracle Mom podcast, we like to talk about locality because at the end of the day, like we talk about different subjects, whether it's a restaurant or a singer or what have you. But what the central theme to everything is the localization of North Hudson and just
Yeah.
just our area in general. So I'd like to ask you some questions in the regard as what your environment has done for you as a person. You know, I feel like there's either a appreciation and a, let's say, an investment to want to expand in our location, or
Mhm.
even just a rejection of the location because you don't fuck with it. Like
Mhm.
either or, your location impacts you.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what about you being from Hoboken, from Hudson County in general,
Mhm.
has created the person that you are inevitably?
Wow. That's a big question. No, yeah. It kind of just made me like more of a, how would you say, like a person to person.
Okay.
Like
So
I'm
you
not.
mean like an individual?
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Person to person.
yeah,
Person.
I'm good. I'm good in like crowds, you know, I'm good. But I like if I'm gonna,
Like
if I'm gonna be,
bond for bond type of
yeah,
thing.
I like
Yeah.
to talk to,
Okay, that's
I'm,
valid. Yeah.
and I think that comes
From this area.
from living like in such a small town.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
And
what I
not
mean?
only that, I feel like a lot of Hudson County moves that way. Like
Yeah,
just by going to any gathering that's
yeah,
from our local heads,
yeah,
I know damn well I'm gonna see fucking Jeremiah
yeah,
there with his
yeah,
camera. Like
yeah.
I know I'm gonna see
Of
you and
course,
Biddy there.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
I'll see Keith.
yeah,
You know, like it's just so. I feel like even though we're all invested in our own little endeavors, like I don't know what you do Sunday morning at
yeah,
8 a.m. You know, you don't know what I do on like a Monday 10 a.m. But like at the same time, like there's such a like communal, diverse yet tightness
yeah,
to it. It's so interesting because I don't think that I don't recognize personally any other place besides Hudson County having those little colonies.
yeah, yeah.
For example, like I don't know shit about Weehawken. I'm not here to
Yeah.
say that like, oh, Hudson County, we all tight, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't go to MLK Drive and
Exactly, yeah.
It's not like that. But at the same time, there's just such a loosely tied scene that I
Yeah.
really appreciate.
Yeah. But like musically,
Mm-hmm.
really, it was really my pops.
Oh yeah,
He
That's
was
your
always,
influence?
he's big on music, and he writes, and he used to record and stuff, and he's got some tracks. He actually just sent me something like that
Valid,
he
that's
recorded
cool.
in his basement.
So
I was like, word. That's
Well,
pretty dope.
What kind of if you had to like let's say explain your diversity because again I met you at that bar in Bayonne
Mhm.
doing like a more alternative rock
Yeah.
sound and back pocket alimony is also more of an aggressive rock sound.
Yeah.
What ranges have you really tapped into as an artist
I
yourself?
I grew up hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
Hip hop and R&B, so my pops would be fucking playing Nas in the car
I
when
love
we're
Nas.
driving.
I love Nas.
And my mom, I used to steal her iPod to walk to school.
Okay.
Like every
Steal
morning.
her iPod.
Yeah, I used to like go into her room. I used to like go in her room and
What a
like grab
finesse.
her iPod, and I know she knew it's because it's gone every day, But she didn't care. I would just walk to school and listen. She had a bunch of like old school Sam Cooke. She
Okay.
had
Fetty
she
Wap.
always did Mary J. Blige.
Okay,
Like Neo, and she also had like a lot of like rock in there too, like Nine Inch Nails and Coldplay, and
That's valid.
Radiohead. It was a cool iPod, and so that I always had those two. you know, they were separate.
Those are the worlds that kind of created.
Yeah.
Okay, valid. Yeah.
And from there on, I kind of always just researched music. I like to research music. You know what I mean?
I'm a big music researcher.
So it's fun, you know, to know stuff and fun to hear so many different types of music.
I believe I've told you this before, but one of my biggest phobias is not being able to hear everything that exists.
Yeah,
musically.
Dude.
That shit bugs me.
Yeah,
I can literally like I usually feel that way when I start listening to a new genre. Mm-hmm. Like if I start really diversifying into funk, I'm like, yo, funk is really good. Yo. I don't know anything about this. There's so much. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just spiral into an existential thing. But so another thing we're gonna talk about, because again, literally performances is how it seemed to be the central commonality between our existence. How has COVID affected, obviously as it should, because we're not all doing the same things we used to. But how has COVID affected your perspective on performances?
I mean, it's definitely affected
the ability to do
the ability,
the ability to do so.
So it's my perspective. I mean, just kind of just stay safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep trying to. I want to keep trying to perform, but you got to stay safe.
Yeah, I mean, you know? I feel like as things advance, it's kind of more of a factor of, you know, taking calculated risks, but at the same time, like, just not overextending.
Yeah, you know your limits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't know. I think as because look, if I'm being frank here, I would have really liked it if we can all either, you know, really quarantine ourselves to a very excessive level so that it would have gone away.
It would have just
South Korea. Or fuck it, like Florida's apparently doing the herd immunity thing where everyone's just like basically slobbing on each other, still going maskless. I mean, if you're a anti-mask person, I don't have the energy to really judge that shit anymore. All I really say is like, I wish we had a way to either rip off the band-aid in a negative or a positive. Instead, we're kind of coexisting and swimming with the virus.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't believe it exists, if you do, it's not my place to judge what your opinion is. I don't really care anymore. Yeah. But my opinion is that if you're gonna go and like coexist with everyone in a place where we haven't solved anything, at least you can do is learn how to swim it. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's nothing else we can do at this point anymore. So I mean, we're trying here to start sprinkling events within the month of April, and then hopefully, you know, the contagion rate stays at a plateau or a lessening stage. So yeah, we'll be looking into that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I personally really miss like music, like live music.
Yeah,
shows.
Live music is it
was enjoyable as hell.
You know.
I can't wait to like really like at least revive it in some regard, because it was really enjoyable. I think the only thing that was like the risky part about it is that a lot of those live music shows were at bars.
Yeah.
And when you do things at bars, you get drunk.
You get trouble.
Stop giving a shit.
You get trouble.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's all a matter of figuring out at the time that is most convenient. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about a couple more things, and then we're gonna go into a transition. But first and foremost, without going too in depth with it, because you know it's more so just let's call it a recreational connection. I was really thinking over a lot of different things we should speak about on the podcast, and it was like, okay, obviously he performs, he's got Flora Health, you know, humble beginning stuff like that. But then I remembered, I was like, man, like why is it like I shouldn't be thinking so hard about this when we did such cracked out shit.
Yeah, yeah, dude, for real. So, bro, you made me cry, dog. You made me cry.
I don't
dog.
remember that.
Yeah, bro. So, I was like, I see it now.
So to clarify for anyone listening in, I have these little moments where besides events, besides just little like endeavors of fun, we tend to I have like little circles who do little activities in regards to just the circles that I see in public events, except more controlled and more centralized. And one of the things that I had the pleasure of hanging out with Chip at is one of those things that Biddy always did, which is a little trip to the Poconos, a property that she had her hands on.
Yeah, man.
And basically we would just, you know, like team up like maybe like max 12 people, something like that. About maybe a little less and whatnot. And we'd all just go to the Poconos and just have a really good time to keep it simple. Have a really good time.
Yeah, dude.
And like, man, like honestly, those events hit me at such an impactful time in my life twice.
Word.
Like twice. I won't get into the details of it because that's personal shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect those events to really hit me as hard as they did.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys extended the invitation the first time, I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. Pocono sounds fun. How can I not say yes?
Yeah.
And then shit hit the fan, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going. And I came back and I was like, yo, thank God I went. My life. And then the second one, same thing. I was like, yeah, I'd like to go. It'd be a good Halloween vibe, but I don't know about specific situations.
Yeah, the Halloween was fun.
That one was. And then so shit hit the fan, so shit happened to me then as well. And then at the end of that, I was like, yo, that was worth it. So
man,
I really appreciated the situation, no matter how chaotic it got. Especially that second one. That second one got real chaotic.
Yeah, dude, that shit got crazy. Like motherfuckers was going. It was like people were taking turns.
True. Everyone was disappearing.
Yeah.
People were just puking. It was wild. Anyway.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that at some point. I feel like shout out Biddy for having us.
Yeah, for real.
And for I guess putting up with our bullshit because shit got hectic out there. But yeah, it just goes to show that it's very unexpected how you make bonds along the way of just whether it's professional or just music scene.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always ways to create connections along the route. So now we're gonna top things off, and we're basically gonna use this section to really give you a little platform to talk about what you're working on, what's coming up for you. If you have specific dates, if not, just give a little gesture.
Word.
So, Chip the plug. What you up to?
Yeah. Well, actually, my friend G, we're working on an EP that we're gonna release sometime.
Okay.
Midsummer.
Nice.
And she actually just dropped a new single. It's called Something We Lost. Check that out. Okay. Check out my new EP, Function Vision, everywhere. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you stream. And we'll have a website for Flora Health very soon. You can check out the menu. We'll get you guys all set up, with your CBD needs.
Valid. All right. And now I'm just gonna go and give my little soapbox because this is my podcast apparently. Essentially, speaking on the Miracle Miles endeavors, we are now finalized with the collection of models. I'm sorry if you reached out and basically asked if you could still do things. We had 5 different audition dates. We don't believe in closing things altogether because we're trying to create more events in the fashion scene. But essentially, we'll reach back out to you when possible. We have to get into the next section, which is planning the actual event and working with other things in general. Besides that, we're going to be having an arsenal of live shows sprinkled throughout the month of April in local coffee shops. We're going to have an art gallery at some point in April as well. And I feel like I'm missing some things, so I'm trying to really process real fast.
Show up,
I need to show up, yo.
That's just fine. That sounds
dope. We'll keep anything else updated as we go along. But essentially, we have a lot of things in the work, and we're trying to do them as safely as possible as well. Thanks for joining us, and have a good day.
Yo, you need to do one of my tattoos. You got to draw out one of my tattoos.
Draw any tattoos?
I need you to draw out a tattoo. Just draw something. Just think of me.
Okay.
And just draw something, and I want to get it tatted.
Okay. I'm gonna